Hey everybody, welcome to the GMG review. Today we're taking a look at 28 Collected, a collection of 28 mag articles, which was kindly sent by my patron Matt Bair, and contains basically, I don't know how many issues, but a huge selection of artwork, miniatures, and event coverage by some of the best creators in the hashtag 28 community. This was compiled, and then the book was put together by my friend Dave Taylor, and includes just an absolute feast for the eyes of art, artists, miniatures, campaign, and inspiration. And if you don't have the collected individual issues of 28 Mag and you want a nice coffee table book, this lovely hardcover will give you that as an option. So 170-ish pages, page 168 is the artist focus on Moritz Krebs. It includes people from all over the world and their various explorations of what is 28. 318 pages. My bad, I forgot. It goes all the way. There's two other sections in here. It includes essays, artists focused, and then like a lot of sort of like notes on what is all of this stuff. So the first artist focus, of course, is on the legendary John Blanche, the maestro himself. One would say probably one of the founders of the Grimdark genre. And obviously tons of his original artwork in here as well, some self-portraits and some lovely illustrations that you may not have seen. Lesser published things from his catalog that I think are fantastic. And then of course we have more artists as we go along. We have focus on different games, like for instance, Thomas's interview about Mordheim and the impact that Mordheim's had on his life from writing, and of course from the many different events and activities and things that he goes through. You can see all these interpretations. I love this one with the hollowed out building. Beautiful tables here and lots of beautiful models as well. And this is like probably one of the most fun books just to open up and flip through if you like this art style. Some coverage here of all the Mordheimers. We've got Thomas and John there sitting and enjoying the day as all these guys collected together basically to make this happen, and a coverage of all of their warbands. This was the Mordheim 2024 event? No, 2019 event. I'm trying to read that right there, 2019. And you can see here some lovely conversions, beautiful models, and obviously just a lovely sort of like record keeping of this beautiful event that they all attended together. Some also useful advice too. So this is like a miniature photography bit here by Nicholas Blackburn that covers how to get the best out of photographing your models, how to light them properly, how to get some lovely sort of like composition going. And how to get that grimdark image, because a big part of, I think, what has made this movement, this sort of like artistic movement inside miniature modeling and the hobby, is a lot of the photography, the chiaroscuro of it all, where you've got this like high contrast black on and the dark to light sort of like highlighting and stuff is, I think, sort of like emblematic of this art style. And you can really tell the difference when it's not there. So for instance, this is more of a sort of like a grim bright, I would say, illustration here by John Boyce. And there's some beautifully painted classic miniatures, some of the Elric Saga stuff that's all in here. These are some C-Series Citadel miniatures from the Elric Saga, which is a lot of sort of the inspiration for like the Chaos Gods, the idea of like chaos and the warp and sort of like that evil like sub powers come from that series, and the Michael Moorcock writing in general. Some more beautiful Mordheim stuff with Empire in Flames. You can see these contemporary miniatures all converted up, although some classics are in here as well. Like that's some more contemporary Wood Elf miniature from 8th edition, but then we have some of the militia bits on some of these bodies and stuff too. Great Kitbashes, really clean painting, but very evocative. And this is one of my favorites here. We've got Here We Go Again, a Dig-A-Knob retrospective, using a lot of the Chaos and Genestealer cult bits to convert probably the coolest Digga warband I've ever seen. Diggas were the humans that had survived on Angelus, which was the planet that Gorka Morka basically was taking place on. And they all wanted to be orcs because the orcs were the most powerful thing on the planet. So you can see they paint themselves green. And they do like a whole like, yeah, we're kind of orcs, orky thing. And these conversions are fantastic. Get youths, some knobs, big brutes. Terrain ideas, this sort of like Innsmouth style fishing village gets coverage here. We've got some lovely Dark Eldar and stuff by Cameron Cornelius. And of course, even some Space Marines. Johann Egerkrans, I think it's pronounced. And his lovely Grimdark Templars, which I think fit this perfectly. And you can see here again, the high contrast black and white that really is kind of like, I think, emblematic of this style. Ben Cartwright's Inquisitor stuff is really cool. This is like, it's got a geologist, which I really appreciate. And then this big brute with his tattoos, Flint and Kimball. And then Velvet, another character. So I'm not going to go through this entire book. Obviously, it's 318 pages. I could definitely spend, the rest of this review basically going through it. But I want to give you guys an idea of like how the layout looks, what kind of like breakdowns we get here. And you can see here, as it was published in the magazine, it's going to be recreated in this. And we have unique artists and stuff as well with stories on top of it. So this was for an Inquisitor 28 event. You have these beautiful war bands. Look at how creepy and crazy that is. Art to go with them. The March of the Red Joy. So like these weird ass poxwalkers, and then even the terrain they converted to have it all on. This weird ruined Imperial base. I love this, the weird notes and stuff, all the information for the event. This is, well, I call this commitment. And then we've got this wonderful like set of conversions in here, and this essay called Oblique Attributes. So it's like a random like torso generator, random body generator. Some lovely conversions. More artist profiles. And I don't want to spoil this too much because obviously what I'm trying to do is give you an impression of this, but you can see here lots of this like Hieronymus Bosch kind of inspiration with the weirdness and the weird like mashing of animals together. I love this epic scale Eternity Gate. This is a reimagining of a classic piece of artwork, like in 3D. That's incredible, with some knights guarding it, as opposed to Titans, and all the banners, all the supplicants walking up. But this is an incredible piece, replicating that piece of art and physicality. And we even get an article by Andy Chambers on the Skaven and designing the Skaven. Forbidden Psalm gaming event. I love that it's not all workshop in here. So this wonderful Psalm event. Look at this terrain that they had set up, all these little 2x2 boards for this. This is from 2023, all the war bands for it too. Love for Kev that this got a feature in here too. Like this is just, it's great to see 40K stuff alongside these indie games. And that's the nice thing about 28 is there's lots of indie game creation going on in this sphere as well. Wonderful thing on finding a voice in wargaming by Sarah Pipkin. Basically, what is your style? How does your art flow? Another beautiful diorama here. An essay to go along with it with his Bretonnians, great grim Bretonnians. And again, kind of like a more this is more Hieronymus Bosch, this sort of weird, almost funny artist focus from Marcelo Rizza. So like I said, no matter what your sort of take on 28 is, there's something in here for everyone. There's artists, there's miniatures. I love these weird like space envoys. Trish Carden, classic sculptor and some of her original art. And miniatures, because she's a wonderful sculptor. She sculpted tons of the monsters from the Warhammer line over the years. And the Blood Tide, a Khorne Manowar project. Not something I thought I would ever see in a modern magazine, but I absolutely love that it's in here. Some cool photography of models here through a darker lens. Orcs even. Fantastic, tons of original art. Dioramas. Giuseppe de Bono, sorry. Wonderful conversions. If you want to see weird, this has got some real David Lynch Dune stuff going on with it. And that's it. Oh, and actually, sorry, I should mention this because Trench Crusade. Mike Francina has an article in here as well, talking about the design of Trench Crusade and his like life as an artist and how this started as an art project, basically for like a theme, and has graduated into what it is. Everybody gets a credit because to the credit of Dave, and you can see these were the publications online that were compiled in here. And that's it. The mini stuff skulls. So 28 collected. What a wonderful book. What a wonderful journey. Great to see Dave Taylor doing this with the Team 28 guys. And yeah, and I'm not sure when this will be available for purchase, but I do know it's gone out to the backers for the crowdfund to be delivered. And you should be able to check it out soon. So big thanks for watching. Big thanks for Ben sending this along for me guys, or Matt sending this along for you guys to check out. Until next time, Mash. Have a good night.